Regardless, last time on D&D, we did shit. Anyone want to elaborate on what we did?
We...
Lamb, ditch the party.
Well, yes and no. Not officially completely yet. Not till,
Marcus, break out your
whatever.
notes. What did we do last time?
Stuff.
Son of a bitch. Now I'm gonna have to start keeping notes.
We primarily did roleplay. The main gist of it was characters going around town doing whatever they needed to do, ending to an extent with Lamb's character, Carnum, deciding that he was going to begin his training, and the rest of the characters doing whatever they were doing. As far as Unan, he basically just went around town to try and see if there was any additional jobs that were possible. But pretty much resolved that in the end, it's probably just going to be one of the dungeons that they go do. Or go travel to one of the towns on this, the island continent. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, more or less. Also, Marcus, do I hear a TV in the background?
That's Carrie playing Overwatch again. Wait.
What does it sound like?
It's faint enough not to be able to make out anything being said, but it's loud enough for me to be able to notice that it's there.
That may have been me?
No, it was definitely Marcus.
Oh, no, that's Carrie. She's loud. And she doesn't understand that she is.
Ah, fair enough.
I am the opposite of that.
It's because she's not used to soundproof headphones. So she doesn't know how to talk quieter whenever's going on, or to just take one thing off of your ear and have one ear out into the world, so this way you don't get too loud. You gotta remember, she's newer to the gaming world.
That has nothing to do with the gaming world. That's just common sense with fucking headphones.
And
It's
technology.
It's common sense, but it's one of those things you still have to take time getting used to.
Or caring about.
I got used to it within 2 seconds of ever having headphones on.
It took me a long ass time. I'm still figuring half of it out.
I guess I'm just weird. That said, Unan, Kaz, Sandeep, and Athos were heading to the stables, one where we left off last. Doing something there? Look, I remember a lot of the shit that we did last week. I just don't remember what the hell you guys were actually doing when I said we were going to end for the week.
I remember something along the lines of us gathering the horses to take back to the house. And something about a cart.
Sandeep already got the cart.
Taurus read, that's where he was left off, because he did that pretty much the whole day. Carnum was off at his training, and that's pretty much where he got left off. I showed back up, and then me and Jared's characters went off to get or do whatever. Might have been to get the horses. And then I don't remember if Tate joined us. Yeah, Tate joined us. Because he was going to go do something, but then he was like, I have nothing to do. And we were like, well, we're going to get the horses. And he was like, I'll go with you. Something like that. But anyway, yeah, it's just getting horses, reading, and technically ending his training.
That sounds like it. That sounds like what we did.
It's a lot less what we did, a lot more where we left off.
Did you update your stream title?
Should've. I remember writing
Blasting your
everything
way
out.
to hopefully not dying?
Yes, because kinet assist.
Who knows if that'll be brought in?
I don't know.
Hell, we thought it might have got brought in the last session.
I have hope, okay? Besides, even if he does come in, I don't think we're probably going to see combat. At least probably not with him.
It's actually how he's getting introduced. The party's going to fight him, and if he lives, he joins the party.
Oh, he will die immediately. Well, he might die immediately. Depends on
If
if
he
he can
uses
get
a
any
spell,
distance.
he's in trouble.
Is he
Well-
getting an EXP buff when he first comes in to match up to the shark?
If I went with my original storyline, he would have totally been introduced via combat.
Yeah, well, damn. I'm game.
I didn't flush that idea out much, Lamb. Plus, I wanted
Oh.
to make it cinematic, and no.
Hard to
Doesn't
do a
happen.
tabletop.
It's annoying to do, and it would require a lot of additional work.
Yeah.
As in, we probably wouldn't have a session for like 2 weeks. Well, we'll see if there's a good time for him to get brought in. So, you guys are entering the stables?
Yep. Where's Noah's character? Real
Yeah.
quick?
Where is Taurus? That is a good question.
The house.
Oh yeah, he is still reading his book. Speaking of, don't forget the doors are locked to the building. Because, 4 hours or so, you guys had to wait for, what was it, 12 keys?
Yes.
Yeah.
About in the meantime, you guys enter the stables.
Jared was leading the party on this.
I don't know if anybody's realized it yet, but Kaz isn't an animal person. They freak him out.
No, he's a shadow person.
That's me.
You're from Shadows. He, looks like Shadows. Or space.
He's not scared. They're weird to him. They're a weird concept. That was just a personal bias, by the way.
I look for the guy running the stables and ask about here to pick up the last 2 horses.
Well, upon looking around, you do not find him.
I will head towards out back. Maybe they're riding him or something. I don't know.
So wait, who's getting ridden now?
Yeah, wait, what? Back up there, Jared.
Yeah, my brain kind of...
Raising?
He wants to check out back to see if the guy's getting ridden.
Yes. That's what my brain did.
Well, upon heading out back, no, he's not getting ridden.
Do I see him or any signs of where any of the stable hands may be?
No. Is everybody following Jared, by the way, or Sandeep outside?
Yeah.
Did anybody stay in the building?
Tate, did you stay in the building?
Kaz, he would follow.
So Athos also went out with you guys?
Is it too far, or can she stay there totally fine?
Well, as long as she's not standing by the entrance to the place and you're on the opposite side of the actual backyard area, it should be fine. Now, if she's
Then
at the
she's gonna
door
be
and you're on
my,
the way back, then I would probably have a bit more of an issue.
She's gonna stay in the building then. Just in case.
Alright, but yeah, Sandeep, Winan, and Kaz do not see him or anyone outside. Not even a horse. But Athos, on the other hand, hears some footsteps coming up some stairs.
She stands still, just waits.
Has Athos been here before?
Yeah. She came here with Unan once, and then she didn't do it, but Unan tried to pet a horse, and it really didn't give a fuck. But she's been there, just looking still before. I don't know how else to describe her.
Well, the guy, after having come up some stairs, notices Athos and goes, "Oh, you're with,
Unan. Yes, they're looking for you. She points to the back door. They thought you might have gone outside.
Alright, Unan. Sorry, I had to think about that for a moment. Far back? Okay." He proceeds to head out back.
She'll go with them.
Oh my god, no.
Does Unan say anything, by the way? Since, Link and all.
I don't know if they actually have that kind of a link yet.
Unan? Maybe that's something you
No, I
guys
have
get
to
later on.
I have to. No, I do have it, but I would have to actively decide to and spend a standard action to connect to her. But he would have no idea yet that he showed up. So
Okay. Well, Athos and the guy come out back. Presumably, after a moment, notices you guys and calls for you three to come over.
I imagine I hear him and head over.
Roll perception.
18.
So you didn't roll a nat 1. You heard.
I have had listen failed on me, but that was a different system.
I guess we all turn to look.
Called for you guys to come over.
Kaz is gonna slowly he's gonna wander over to him. Not slowly, but
Kaz is gonna slowly wander over to this person that is totally being trusted by Athos and Unan and Sandeep. I don't know if I can. I know these mortals have the tendency to snap at any minute.
That's the trick is Kaz is immortal.
We must have just missed you. We're here to pick up the last 2 horses.
Okay, you've already insulted me once. Kaz is not immortal.
I didn't. Listen, you can't count that. That wasn't real.
Never
We can
forget.
absolutely count that.
It is recorded.
It wasn't real. Please don't please don't have unfortunate things happen to my poor Cosm.
You have a tree fall on you. Get a new character.
He's my little
He has a rock
Cosmos,
fall from the
okay?
fucking sky.
I made him. He's my baby. Please don't hurt my baby.
I'm going to snort him like cocaine. No questions from that? Alright.
Grunt. Grunt is. He already is. It's part of his race. Kelp? I don't like these houses.
Wow, now you're insulting his map making? God, when will it end?
Those were intentional.
Okay.
Incidentally, it's also one of the few places where you can't actually get behind the houses between those houses. Anyway, Sandeep said something. Yeah. The guy goes, okay. It was the last day for payment on it, right?
I believe so.
Alright, well, feel free to take the horses in. No reason to really stop you about it.
Sounds good. And I've got extra hands to take care of these 2, so... lead the way. I imagine that there's more than just the 2 horses, so knowing which ones are which.
He leads the way.
Unan, you wanna ride one or help guide one of them?
Of course I will. Just point to the right one.
The guy at this point has made it obvious which horses are yours.
I start to guide one out of the stables, and then when we get out, I'll hop on.
Same. No, I might not ride it. I'll hold its reins or whatever and guide it. 'Cause yeah.
Wait, you don't want to do right checks?
I mean, I've got a 2 in it, so I might not fail.
You literally have to be rolling a 3 or higher.
Oh, okay. Then, yeah, he'll do the same and jump on and ride it.
Yeah, ride DC for just being on the horse is not too difficult. As long as you're not trying to fast mount or dismount.
I can fast mount or dismount for free.
Define
That's what you
free.
think.
Belt of equestrian. Or equestrian belt, because the comma actually descriptor name whenever you're looking at a page.
Wondering if it's
Automatically
referring to free
succeed at checks to guide with knees during combat or quick mount or dismount.
action. Okay. DC, by the way, is normally 20.
But it's a new horse and I don't want to spook it, so I'm not going to quick mount.
You mean you don't
Well,
want to
just
quick mount and take it
normal mount.
directly into combat? Permanently scar it for life?
No, I've seen Red Dead Redemption 2 videos.
I punch my horse, I punch a guard and mount my horse. Or in the other direction, punch my horse and mount a guard.
Well, we can tie them up out back of the house with the other one. I mean, we have to wait on the keys anyway. And I imagine that Taurus is still there. He seemed pretty involved in reading, so we might have to, like, bang on the back upper floor by his room.
Question, how do you intend on banging on the back upper floor by his room when he's fucking 4 floors up?
We'll have Athos throw Kaz until he eventually hits the window.
We have magic. Well, they have magic.
Or rocks.
Throw rocks at our new home? That's not, I don't like that. But if you break
If it
a window...
can't stand throwing rocks at it, then is it really in decent shape? Isn't that something we'd want to know?
I mean, but what if you hit a window? Glass breaks easy.
I don't know. Maybe we want to stress test it.
Nah, just have shatter. That'll stress test everything.
That won't stress test it, that'll just break it.
Exactly, that's the best stress test.
And if you want to stress test a guard, use the wand. Oh, wait.
God, the amount of guards I fucking traumatized.
I imagine we'll figure a way out when we get there.
Kaz has food. He's nibbling on the snacks.
And that's when Kaz realized the food was poisoned.
And that he doesn't have a mouth.
That too.
So wait, where are we leaving
He
the
is-
horses then? At the
Back,
place?
back to house in the back. It's not pictured over there.
Behind the house or in the actual house?
Behind.
So,
You making me have to make a fucking lean-to?
no, I just...
I'll make a fucking
so,
lean-to, goddamn.
why would we knock on the back door then?
So y'all could get in the fucking building.
I thought the plan was to go eat and then go back to the place and get our keys.
I don't remember the part about eating.
Yeah. Well, no one agreed to it, but Unan suggested it.
I mean, Sandeep would be against it, so if you had asked, then I would have agreed.
Because it was, what, how long, Kelb, of a wait?
4 hours.
4 hours? I gotta remember if it was 4 hours or 40 minutes. Just a big difference.
Other option for knocking on the window, climb up the tree out the back.
I just realized, Kelb, I can move around the game the same way you move around in Blender. No, I didn't realize that the middle mouse does that. Anyway, sorry. So yeah, we can take it back to the house, but I mean, we still have to go get the keys in the end anyway, so... Otherwise, we're going to have a receptionist that's going to be very upset with us for telling her, we will be back, and then not coming back.
There, I made a fucking lean.
You're a lean-to.
Alright, well, I guess we take the house... I almost said take the houses back to the horse.
I mean,
Marcus.
if we lived in a trailer...
It's one of those days.
Unless either of these guys object, I'd say then we take the horses back to the house, unless something happens on the way. And then, upon then getting back, Unan's gonna suggest going to... I don't know, he's been around. Is there a decent-looking eatery that he's seen? Like, not just festival stand or innkeeper's bar, but an actual eatery.
And no cause, not a snack shop.
So glad you asked.
Kaz is already nibbling on snacks. He bought snacks yesterday. He actually taps Unan on the shoulder. Unan.
Yeah.
He holds up one of like the little donut things. Here you go.
I want to go eat nice meals. We've been
That's fine.
eating...
This will be.
Oh, I don't want to...
This will be for after.
Okay. And then he graciously takes it. And yes,
I
it's
love how
killing
nice your
Marcus
character
inside
is.
because Marcus wants to play a character to an extent that goes, alright, and slaps it out of his hand.
You have no idea how fun it is to play Kaz in this scenario.
So as you were saying, Kel, but funny enough that I ask about an eatery. Where have I seen one?
Not too far from the stables, literally just across the road and 2 buildings over.
The fused houses?
Yes, in fact. I said there was a purpose for it.
Kaz taps Sandeep on the shoulder and hands him a donut as well.
Later.
Alright, so I guess we take the horses back. When we get back, would this be about the time when Karnam would be returning back to the house as well, or no?
Is that a question for me or is that a question for Cal? Oh no.
For Cal.
I thought it was kind of both, and I was waiting for you to respond to him. Because, I mean, you could say, I'm done for training for today and whatever, or I need a break. So,
I mean, about what time of day is it at this point?
I believe I said roughly 3:30.
He might go out for a bit of a walk, but I don't think it would be done for the day. Just, make it so he's not focusing on one thing for a small eternity.
So then would it be, are you saying it'd be about 3 o'clock when we get back to the house, or about 3 o'clock where we are, so about 4 o'clock when we get back to the house then?
Be about 4 o'clock when you get back to the house.
Yeah, he's probably hunkered in for about another 2 hours once 4 is coming around.
So Karnam's gonna go till 6.
Just about.
Do we know where Karnam went, Kelp?
Does
I don't
Connor
think
mention
so.
it?
I mean, I think I mentioned I'm doing some stuff with Steve Rat, but I never mentioned anything about.
I mean,
where
I
the
know what
guild
he's doing.
was. Well, you know where I am since I mentioned Steve Rat, but
Well, I was there with you yesterday when you had discussed tomorrow morning starting training. And then I was also there with you during lunch, so I know you're with Steve Rat, so I can pretty much imagine that you're in the Thieves Guild still doing training.
right. Wait, were you there during lunch? I thought that was Tate. Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
I don't think it was me. I'm not sure.
I remember you were trying to start a conversation, and then we were basically stomped on every single time.
Oh yeah, I did try to start a conversation with Steve the Rat. Well, I didn't get stomped on, but he was just. I don't think he knows Kaz isn't that type, so it's not in his personality to get along with Kaz.
I just more think you might not be a useful asset to the Thieves Guild. Because you have to imagine some shop owners they work with.
Not until his poison skills take off.
Not even what I was referring to.
Then they'll all be coming to Kaz. Every one of them.
Back to Genkelp. When we get back to the house and we put the horses where they need to be, tie them up and all, Unan's gonna knock on the door really loud in hopes that if someone's home, they'll hear it.
Well, I'm going to assume then, based on what Noah just said, considering he just fucking went AFK, is that no one answers. And if you keep trying, maybe eventually it comes to mind that maybe you should just try to open up the door, you'll find that it is, for some reason, unlocked.
As it turns out, Taurus is taking a nap and knew you would probably be coming back soon.
Problem is, Unan wanted to go invite Taurus to go eat, but now that's hard to do. In universe, it's easy to do. In real life now, it's become hard.
If I had to take a guess, he's probably letting Homewood in.
Yeah.
That would be my assumption.
You know, we could actually sit here for a few minutes. Or I could also go AFK to use the restroom, because I have to anyway. So.
The system works.
That said, I did label all of the food options the restaurant offers and what type of restaurant it is. So, you know, feel free to look. You guys intend on heading back over there for food.
Coconut beer?
And it's specified in a glass and not a coconut.
Disappoint. Or maybe it's just half a coconut given a stem.
The reason I was asking, by the way, what you're doing, Lamb, is Unano's going to ask Karnam as well.
Yeah, I figured. I will also be right back.
Well, fine. I guess I'll just succumb to peer pressure.
Well, fine. I guess I'm gonna just eat my food in relative silence and alone.
That's right. Yes, you will.
Wow, Marcus, are you leaving me too?
No, I'm just not talking.
Please talk with me. Wow.
Purple.
That's my favorite color. How did you know? You actually know it's not my favorite color, and I know you do. Marcus, what's my favorite color?
I don't know. Let me ask you the same question. What's my favorite color?
Black.
Incorrect.
Red.
Incorrect. The correct answer is I have no favorite color. My favorite color is dependent on my mood.
Lame.
I am often in that same position. There's ones I lean to.
Right. I prefer to pick orange and purple, but
Because of loss of childhood imagination.
But I like wearing black and blue, and I am attracted, like most humans, to red. Red is an assertive color that is demanding.
I'm not attracted to red at all.
Oh, go into a class that's all about the humanities and you have to look at a shit ton of fucking art. You'll find out very quickly how much red gets used to demand people's attention.
Oh, I know that. Red's a fucking popper. Red eye catches.
Nevertheless, though, it's very hard for me to say what my favorite color is.
That's fine. I was also going with I was going over a conversation me and Mike had with how... Well, we went over two of them. One of them was how far technology has come based on like what humanity has done with it, and two is what makes humanity, what makes them sentient and basically aware. My guess is personally imagination.
The frontal cortex or whatever the fuck it's called.
I know, but on a existential, not existential, yeah, existential level. My guess is like imagination. Essentially, we come up with shit just to come up with shit, not for a reason.
That's debatable.
Jared said the same thing.
Spiritually thinking, I would agree with you.
Have...
Logically thinking, I disagree with you. Everything is neurons just connecting to each other and talking in a very specific pattern to one another. But then the human race in and of itself almost being a connection of neurons on the planet.
I'd say we're a virus.
I mean, in the sense of logic and talking.
I'd still say we're a virus at this point in humanity's history.
But see, that's based on opinion. See, now you're going into semantics and different things.
I know. Also, Marcus, when am I moving out to Iowa?
Never. Don't do it.
When are we moving down to Texas?
Possibly never.
Me and Jared are gonna go. Jared, have I told you you're moving to Texas with me?
I mean, you haven't, and I doubt you could force me.
You're right. You're correct. However, we are going to Canada.
These do seem like drastic measures.
What seems like drastic measures?
Me and Jared
He's
moving
forcing me to
Canada.
move to either Texas or Canada.
Why?
Apparently he wanted to move and was given absolute values.
I wasn't given absolute values. It varies. But I do want to move. I would love to move to Canada. I know every country has their problems, though. Every single one of them. It is. I classify imagination in the fact that animals are inherently creative creatures in the realms of their ecological evolutions. However, a bird using tools is different than the ancestor of humanity using a tool to just make life easier. A
Nope.
bird using a tool, it just uses sticks in order to get the seed. It doesn't realize, oh, hey, I made this. It just went, well, shit, I'm gonna need that seed, so I'm gonna do this. All right, I got the seed. Now I forgot about that.
That's because they haven't had the need to via evolution.
Humanity never really did either.
Oh, but we did. Or rather, the ancestors decided they did, and that just made it happen.
I hate plastic packaging. Completely off topic note. Also, Noah's back.
Yep. So now that Noah's back, oh, well, and
My
Rand's back.
bowels.
But anyway, now that he's back, were you saying that the door in game universe is unlocked, Noah?
Yeah.
Okay. So then, Unan eventually reaches the handle, just kind of like a, well, I guess we're not going to reach him, and just kind of nonchalantly moves the handle, just kind of a thing, but then realizes, oh, it's unlocked, and then proceeds to go in and goes up towards Taurus's room and knock, knock, knock.
It's open.
To which Unan opens the door and walks in and goes, hey, we just got the horses.
Okay.
And it's about around, give or take, an hour's journey to a restaurant, and it's give or take about 1 to 2 hours away from time to eat. So I was thinking I would take us all out to go eat, maybe leave a note here for Carnum, and if he gets here, he can see the note and catch up with us.
Put my book down. I didn't think it got that late already. I haven't gone out of bed all day.
Oh, yeah, it's like 3, 4. It's like sun going downward. Do they have a perception of time, Kelb, in this universe?
Yes.
Okay.
It makes things easier if it does.
I need to make sure.
We have wizards.
Listen, I've had a GM that did not believe in D&D universe having the perception of time, and it was just placement of sun. So I have to make sure.
You guys would not understand the concept or necessarily have the idea of like a second or a millisecond or anything, but yeah, you guys would have an idea of like time in general. Sundials and shit like that do exist, and so do clocks to some degree.
Okay, so then yeah, he says around 4.
Yeah, I'll join.
Awesome, let's go down and meet the others. And then we proceed to go down and meet the others. And then once we get out and close the door, Unan takes out a piece of paper and writes real quickly, hey, Carnum, we went to go eat at the Hungry Chimney. It's a few houses away from the Majestic Stables where we had the horses. The northwest area of town. And sticks that on the door and goes, all right, you can lock it. He'll know where we're at.
Click.
You can lock it. He'll know where we're at, even though he doesn't have the key to get into the house.
Oh, I know. Now he has to join us. No. Knowing that, Unan looks at the others. do you know where Carnum is?
No.
This is to the group, by the by.
Unless he's moved, taking a break or had other plans, I'd imagine he's at the Thieves Guild.
I have no idea where that's at. If any of you do, you want to go get him?
I mean, I could. You'd have to stay here. At least, I would imagine that they would prefer that.
Sure.
Yeah.
How much more time, Kel? 2 hours before we can get the keys, right? Yeah, about 2 hours.
Also, since it's not during competitions, it might be difficult. So I'll come back if I can't get a response.
Fair enough. We'll wait here. And while Sandeep does that, Unan's going to show Taurus the other horses.
I will. I won't leave the forest block area, but I will take a slightly roundabout way to get to the entrance. Then I'll check around to see if I see anyone around the entrance. Otherwise, I'll just knock on it, and then if no response, attempt to open it.
Well, nobody's around the entrance. You attempt to open it after getting no response from the knock, and it's open.
It's so open you don't know how you knocked in the first place.
It's so open that when you go to knock, you fall in.
Oh God. I climb down and cautiously step out into the entrance. And then see if I can glance around for either Carnum or Steve Rat.
Well, as Karn is behind a door and Steve Rat's off doing his own thing, you don't see anyone.
Do I see anyone at all?
No.
That's surprising. I will try and remember, like the last couple times I was here, if I remembered seeing anything that looked like it might have been for training.
Roll me remember? I don't know what the hell remember falls under.
Probably just base int
I think it's actually considered wisdom.
or base wisdom, yeah.
Well, if it's intelligence, then 11. If it's wisdom, then 12.
Memory is a sleight of hand check, right?
Wisdom.
So 12.
So, no. Unless there is a backstory reason why your character would know roughly the layout of a Thieves Guild.
I doubt that. Well, I don't intend to sneak around a Thieves Guild uninvited, so I will stand around for like a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then head back.
So Sandeep does not get the idea of calling out to anyone. Got it. Does Carnum in that time frame, minute-ish or two, come out? Do anything, make noise?
I don't think he would really have a reason to. He's just setting back down to start getting back into it.
Also, as a side note, there is an interesting religion trait in Pathfinder called Wisdom in the Flesh.
Actually, during like the later of the 2 minutes, I will look around to see if there's any signage on anything that, like, since it's beyond the entrance, might not be in Thieves' Cant.
Well, if you look around, everything that you see that could be perceived as writing is either in Thieves' Cant or just it's. I don't want to call it illegible. What's the word I'm looking for here?
Chicken scratch.
Kind of. You're unable to determine if it's actually a language at all.
Okay, then after 2 minutes, I will leave and just head back to the house. Probably about in a roundabout way again, so that I'm not heading just straight there. Well, I couldn't locate him, and I didn't want to intrude too much uninvited in the Thieves Guild.
Well, fair enough. I guess we tried. Well, shall we all make our way to the Hungry Chimney? The Hungry Chimney? Marcus is confused, not Unan.
Sounds good.
Does anyone object?
Cause does not object.
Did you guys talk about anything, by the way, while Sandeep was doing stuff?
Yeah, Unan was showing Taurus the horses.
Cause was probably discussing what his plan was for his business upcoming with Unan as well. That he's going to be potentially getting help from his sister with.
Yeah, if you start discussing business to Unan, he just kind of looks at you blankly.
Well, I guess it's more for a conversation, kind of like he's bouncing it off of you, and you're a rubber duck. Did you catch the humor? Did you catch?
I don't
Do you
think
know
I
what I
did.
meant? Okay, I'm gonna say it quick. Programmers often carry literal rubber ducks because they usually work solo, so they can talk to the rubber ducks and potentially diagnose problems they are overthinking simply because they speak to the rubber duck simply.
Tate,
And
I
it
don't know where
helps
the
it-
fuck you heard this from, but no.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what, did you read
Actually-
this on like a Forbes or something?
Actually, I see it a lot on Reddit.
Because you could trust what people say on Reddit.
I'm not saying there isn't people that have done it, but I don't think that's a common practice, Tate.
It's not. It's not common at all. It's not a big thing, but it is like there are some apparently programming textbooks. Like Lamb said, there are pictures of it where it's like an old school textbook, and it's like make sure to carry your rubber duck with you.
I don't think that's a textbook thing, but I think it's a joke in some offices.
Anyway, I guess on the walk to the Hungry Chimney, instead of Kaz trying to talk about his business and everything, Unan's gonna bring up the different jobs. Does anyone need me to re-inform them?
Or the DM to reinform them.
I think Kaz is basically gonna go along with either Unan or Sandeep.
Well, considering it's a no, Unan basically brings up, I wouldn't mind doing some of those poster jobs, maybe not the ones that were really demanding, but the insert player logic, the level 1 through 4 dungeons, back into game world logic. Or I wouldn't mind just traveling. I've done it a little bit already. I haven't seen all the cities on this main center island continent, so I wouldn't mind going and checking those out either.
Yeah, I mean, all we've seen is this city, so we could probably. I mean, if we're gonna do the dungeons, those are around the island, aren't they?
Yeah, they're on the island. I mean, we could do
Check out
both.
the
I'm just
towns while
saying
we're-
which
yeah.
which one we try to hit first.
You know, I don't think I've looked at a map of this island to know kind of where the towns and those dungeons would be.
Do we not have a map, Kel?
Kaz has a mental map. He can write it down.
As far as I'm aware, nobody has a map because nobody went out to buy one or has mentioned that they were making one on their own or of anything of the sort.
Okay. Yeah, no, I mean, as far as Unan's got memory of, he knows which portals got him here, in a sense. Which is, like, what? 2? I think. And like you said, like, one of the trips from one portal to another was, like, a short, brisk walk. That's not the right way to say it, but still.